Hello, and welcome back to another stream. Let me just set my screen up. I'll casually ink this while we wait for other people to arrive. Uh-huh. I'll set some colours aside, by the way, if anybody watching on the replay sees this. Oops. Need to get me brush tool out. This character is the Raven, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. Still nobody on. Oh, still nobody here. And if John is watching this, yeah, I started with this first, just so I'd have someone. Something to do while I wait for people to turn up for the main show. Don't worry. I enjoyed Heroic Tales 1, and I will be getting the next one along with Ison 3, by the way. Still not purchased it yet. But it is on my to-do list. Something I've decided to do because the story's been bubbling in my head is I'm writing a Teen Titans fanfic. It's sort of set after the main series, the original 2003 one, which I really, really need to rewatch because that was so good. There's actually one episode that I really wanted to rewatch because I wanted to know how they won. Basically, there's this villain whose all shtick is that he's British and he wants to reclaim America. And he brainwashes the entirety of Jump City, except somehow the Titans managed to beat him by losing. I can't remember how that actually factored into their plan. One thing I did remember is the British villain who uses hypnotism, so I think it's the Mad Hatter, I think. He has to be or something. No, I can't be the Mad Hatter because there wasn't any Alice in Wonderland nonsense, but you know what I mean. He, one of the things he was going to do was correct the Americans on their grammar and spelling and the correct pronunciation of words and what words actually mean. Something that I always thought was hilarious. So yeah, I do want to rewatch all of Teen Titans. loved that show. Raven was always my favorite. See the new fanfic, so it's set after that, and there was a crisis involving the Book of Destiny and Darkseid, so trying to use it to rewrite fate itself so that he controls everything. I shan't say much more about that. And I've got some original characters in it. Anyway, this is just to warm up. It's important to have a warm up sketch or something to loosen the muscle a bit. Really get in the groove. I want to get to tackling part of this sometime in the stream before doing a bit of this. Yeah. I've already set the borders beforehand. I'm trying to think now. Might go with these two panels. So yeah. Hang on. And also I picked up some colors to use for him. John said it's like black and blue, so got the black there, got the navy blue, I've got skin tone. And so I've got this more greyish blue that I'm going to put on the underside of the cloak. Just to help create some contrast, because otherwise everything's going to blend in together. And if people actually show up, because I'm trying to stream like clockwork, 9 o'clock every weekend, create a bit of a routine. So yeah, if anyone's watching the replay, there are people that come in live. I will talk a bit more about the Teen Titans fan fiction that I might be writing. I mean, it's going to have like serious moments in it. I'm just going to try and inject some humor into it that the show was known for. Because what I loved most about the show wasn't the fact that it was cool. Wasn't that it was all action packed and chaotic. Oh, hang on. I think that is John. Let me just hang on. Hide that. Paste. Just hiding it. Okay. We should have John on in a second. Hello, John, and welcome to my show. I always say, don't be shy, say hi. And people rarely say hi. Or either that or they run away. At the moment, I'm just trying to outline it with black inks, and I'm going to go and fill in the rest. I have to say, are these colours accurate to his costume? Just want to make sure I get the details right. He said black and blue. And I'm wondering if I should add a like a greyish blue for the undercloak. Up high on his chin is a scar. In the middle or on the side? This bit here? That bit there? Side, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to have to. Thanks for that. I'm sure it'll come out with color. Okay. I think his cape and suit are black and his gloves and symbol boots are grey or blue. Interesting. Suit and cape are black. Right. Because I think it's like the cape would at least be black, and his boots would also be black along with the gauntlets. But I thought the vest was going to be sort of like a dark navy blue. It's masculine. Has other than black and blue. But it's like, would a deep navy blue be a more complementary to his overall design? That's what I'm asking. I know. I enjoy art. And I'm hoping at least one day somebody will come on, see me do this, and go, oh yeah, this is the guy that I'm looking for. So until then, I'm going to stay humble and just keep practicing my inking and coloring skills. I mean, I can't pencil for very well. I mean, penciling like this is beyond what I'm capable of. I'm very more stylized and cartoony. But give it something to ink, and I can get it done very well, mostly. Messy lines again. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this before somebody joined, but I'm working on a Teen Titans fanfic, sort of based after the end of the original cartoon that aired in 2003. And I'm sort of going to well, the premise is sort of like 2 years after the series finale, a crisis sort of happens, and I'm going to call it like the crisis of fate, where Darkseid's trying to get the Book of Destiny to control all of free will, and the Titans sort of end up getting involved with the Justice League trying to stop this from happening, and Raven has to sort of like make a difficult choice to stop the multiverse from unraveling, and from there, the rest of the end story happens. And it's sort of like a story that I've had sort of brewing in my head for a while now. I'll fill in the blanks afterwards, because that's how I normally do things. Yeah, we've got a second person. Don't be shy, come and say hi. It's my catchphrase at this point. And suddenly they left. Let's go on. Yeah. When I finish this, I'm going to try and, because I'm just doing this for fun and practice, but I'm going to try and tackle these two panels tonight, just for inking fun. And then I'm going to try and do this commission for one of my fans. Yep. That's one leg done. I'll finish this arm off. Okay, I've got an interesting question for you, John, if you're still there. What would be the ideal Superman comic to start off with? If you were to tell somebody if they could get any single issue of Superman, which one would you choose? Sorry. You can get the trade collection for cheap. Yeah, I just meant if you could recommend sort of like, I was start with John Hayes, Man Steel one. Right. Interestingly, because hang on, I sort of picked up issue 701 sort of this week, and I quite enjoyed it. Even if I'm not sure why he's just walking down the street randomly, or what prompted him to do that. But it's like a nice, it's a nice simple story. I really love the ending to it, where he's up on the where he's staying with the suicide girl for the whole day, just giving her time to open up and talk to him. Because that to me is like a mark of a true hero. So taking time out your day to help the little people that most heroes would ignore, and giving them a nice chance or a second shot at life. And all. My favorite one is Hitman 34. I've not heard of that. Because I figured if I'm going to be buying a Superman type of character, I should at least try and understand what his character is first and foremost. Alright, that's like you have the social lives here. How's that going? At the moment, I'm still trying to figure out all of the lore that goes with it. Oh, do I have any images of him? Hang on a second. I should have it somewhere. Is it in? Is it in here? I just recently had to move everything onto the SD card. I did ink over some fan art somebody did of it. See if I can actually find it. No, it's not in here. I'll just yeah. Random Minds Dave did fan art of Captain Liberty, and I sort of went over and inked over it. So that's exactly how I would imagine him. And then I decided to put the description into Grok, and that came up with some interesting images, actually. I'll bring that up as well. Yeah. So yeah, I have to do it like this because it's very rudimentary. Okay. As you can see, that's what I put in, and this is all what I got out. But I kind of like this design a little, so I might do something with that for a future issue or something. Maybe the son of Captain Liberty, and that's it in more of comic book style. Oh, black screen? Can you see it now? Oh, shoot. Hang on. Oh, corner. Oh, finally. Yes, sorry. I'm just going to reshare it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. This one on the bottom that I really like that. It's a really cool idea for a design. But it constantly gets his coat wrong. If I like this the hair on this one. So I might incorporate that into like an older design, maybe. Yeah. Bottom right of the first four. Okay. This one. Top right of the second four. Yeah. You can. No, not that one. All right. Hang on. Right. These are the first four. The cartoony ones are the second four. I mean, all right. That's the one that you meant, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the one right. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one as well. The costume's just so bloody cool. Like he's proper dapper, he is. And so I was getting my left and rights mixed up. But I could imagine that as like a live action Captain Liberty. If he was in live action, that's what his face would probably look like. And top right of this. Top right there, yeah. It's got the AI. It's got the AI eyes going on there. I've also noticed on a bunch of them that this arm isn't actually going through anything. I'd have no idea how he keeps his coat on. The moment he flies, that's going to come flying right off of him. Maybe he keeps it on with plot armor. Anyway, let's get back to drawing your character. Let's see what I was up to. Oh, yeah. It snaps by his neck like a cape. could do, but we have to remember that AI doesn't really use logic to determine where things go. It'll just randomly put something on. Like in did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh? The animated series from the 90s and the early 2000s? There was a character called Seto Kaiba, but the way he wears his coat or his jacket, hang on, I'll demonstrate. He doesn't have his arms in the sleeves. It always vests on him like that. And as he's walking about, running or jumping, etc., you're wondering, how the hell does this stay on? Is it just vesting on the shoulders, arms free? So there might be anime logic going on with that. If you ever do watch it, do not watch the it's a version of the English dub where it's a literal one-to-one translation of the Japanese dub. And it's just some of the most god-awful voice acting ever. Nobody speaks like that in English. Nobody says the word beautiful 15 times describing the sunrise. Have to go, it's time for D&D. Okay, enjoy your evening. I'll be going until about midnight, which will be about 2 hours and 15 minutes from now. So yeah, enjoy. Bye. Okay. I do hope he watches the rest of the stream. I do hope I get a new subscriber. I think he's subscribed. Okay. Cape and boots are black, he said. Yeah, I think his cape and suit are black, his gloves and the symbol, and the boots are grey or blue. Okay, Got 2 people watching live. Don't know if anyone else ever does the blacks like this. That's how I've learned to add blacks. Just put them on a separate layer. Lower the opacity down a bit. And I can do the fill-ins like this. I know some people just use the paint bucket tool, but my lines are not closed enough for that. Some people like to use the lasso tool. But I don't know how to edit the pixel selection radius stuff and all that. Nor do I care to, because I prefer it like this. People say it's faster, I say it's clumsy. And I stick with what I know. I did not finish inking his glove. Is there something else I can do? Oh yeah, I've got to add some hatching here. Oh, we've got 3 people live now. I wish I'd come and say hi. Please don't run away. uh, I'd actually like to know like who's lurking in the chat somewhere. Assuming this is all going to be black, these bits here. The bird might actually be blue according to John, so I'm just going to fill in all these blacks here. The cape is definitely black, but as I noted with by looking at other capes for other media, they're always lighter on the inside. The out part might be black, but the inside part won't be. And I forgot to ink this leg. I think I'm noticing that now, and not afterwards. Yeah. General rule of thumb, capes are lighter on the inside. Usually. So I'll use a dark grey for that. Somebody on? Else. But more people disappearing now. Don't run away. Give me engagement. Make my streams popular. I want to earn super chats while doing art. Kind of like this grayish, bluey purple color. It's giving me a nice real Batman vibe. Yeah. I'm hoping to get Heroic Tales issue 2. What other comics everyone else is looking forward to? I mean, it don't have to be a Ripperverse comic. I mean, you could be excited for a new Marvel comic. I don't mind. I wonder what. Just wonder what other people are reading. You won't be judged here. No, siree. No, that's drama bullshit. Yeah, I'm hoping one day I can get people to I can actually get lots of people watching this live. I don't know if the time slot that I picked is actually ideal for that. Hmm. Okay. Looks like I'm going to go over this slightly. Only one person left. Just notice all this needs just keeps plugging in. Don't forget to ask me a question in the comments. I'm always happy to answer. Or in the chat, whatever you call it these days. Who knows, maybe one day I'll get lucky on the algorithm or something. And then suddenly all the people are watching me randomly think something they've never heard of before. Oh, did you guys hear about the actor chosen to play Severus Snape in the new Harry Potter series? Because when I read descriptors like sallow skin or sickly and pale looking, I don't imagine a random black African. I mean, I don't care if they're hiring an American to play Dumbledore. He might actually be a good choice, but we were promised a faithful adaptation of the books. And this casting choice for Snape is not faithful. I mean, give us Adam Driver, for goodness sake. But no, they chose a black guy I've never heard of to play a character that's always being described as white. I mean, we're definitely going to get a Black Hermione now. I can just feel it. Don't know if it's the SJWs in one of those sort of meddling, or if it's J.K. Rowling herself, because she has to sign off on all of this. So this is obviously getting approved by her. But this is not going to be a faithful adaptation. I just know it. Someone's going to come along and like do a more faithful fan series on YouTube, and it's going to put HBO to shame at the fraction of a budget. Just trying to make sure that nothing's gone out the lines. I have to review my line work carefully. Mhm. J.K. Rowling bent the knee finally, but I'm not surprised. She wasn't anti-woke, only spoke common sense about trans and bathroom. Yeah, and the reason for that is she's a survivor of domestic assault and, sexual abuse and all that. She's an abuse survivor, so she speaks from experience on stuff like that. That's why she doesn't 100% agree with trans ideology. As far as I'm concerned, if you don't hang on, I can't highlight the message here, can I? I was hoping to bring it up on screen for everyone to read. No, that is a StreamYard function, I think. Yeah, she speaks from experience on stuff like that. As far as I'm concerned, unless you're fully committed to female identity, i.e., going through top and bottom surgery to properly become trans, you're not a proper trans person to me. You're just a poser. Of what trans ideology is feelings. It's three things actually. One, cyber fetish. Two, a coping mechanism to deal with body dysmorphia. Or three, an excuse for predators to do what predators do. So if somebody says they're trans, just think, which of the three is it? And that'll narrow them down a lot. Okay. Yep. What did John say? His cape and suit are black. His gloves, symbol, and boots are grey or blue. Right. At least I know what I'm doing now in terms of colours. I just hope this is the right shade of blue and it works. This is going to be a serious character for sure, a very brutal Batman type. So naturally, he'll have darker colors to match the darker persona. Yeah. What are people's feelings on Daredevil, actually? I heard some people like the first couple episodes, some people have nitpicks. It's everyone's opinion on that. Speaking of trans stuff and Harry Potter, you'd think in a world where magic can literally change a lot of things, you'd think it'd be possible for some practitioners of transfiguration magic to run a business where they can sort of do magical sex changes. I mean, it's possible to do change aspects of your anatomy with magic. Polyjuice potion can actually turn you into another person. And does that also include gender? Or are you just tied to the gender of the person that you're trying to turn into based on what your own biology is? They could also be, well, it's not technically meant for animal transformations, but in the second book, Hermione did sort of end up being part cat for a short portion, which can be treated. But I'm wondering, would there be skilled witches and wizards in transfiguration that can just sort of do magical sex changes for people? Haven't watched it yet, but typical woke nonsense deconstruction. Kingpin gets cuffed by his wife runs his criminal empire bearing him. Foggy gets killed in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, that's what I mean, because apparently the first 2 to 3 episodes are going to be and then the rest is supposed to be good. That's what I've heard coming from some leakers. Now you see, oh yeah, Kingpin is the Trump stand-in. Why would I want to watch that? Disney is ideologically. Here's the thing: the villains they come up with are more interesting than the heroes they have. When you're rooting for the heroes to fail, you know you fucked up in doing a superhero story. I mean, the story I had planned, I might still actually do it, but I might release it as sort of like a book, because otherwise I'm going to end up spending forever trying to draw all the pages for it. But it's like all the Victoria investigations, and at some point they all need to go to America to deal with something serious happening there. And initially, I was going to have a stand-in for Donald Trump, sort of being possessed by the devil or something, but I've since then changed my mind. Like, no, that's a bit cliched. I want to come up with something better. And if you need to know, the themes of the Victoria investigation are that it's a critique on the evils of mass organized religion and the importance of having faith in a world that doesn't really have any. It's an important story that I believe that people actually should read. But it also sort of deals with like a lot of heavy topics, some of which aren't really YouTube friendly or liberal approved. I scared everybody off again. Blind hope keeps people thinking that Disney will change. Leave politics alone. Create good stories with Disney. Has a social ideology activists masquerading as survivors. At this point, I'd rather just write fan fiction with Grok. I mean, if I want sexy gay fanfics with various pop culture characters, Grok can do it 10 times better than, no, actually, 1,000,000,000 times better than these hack writers ever could. Just don't let the thread go all the way along, because at some point it starts struggling and keeps forgetting things. So it's not 100% perfect. But it makes me think that I still have this idea that you could build a near perfect story writing program, and you can use like AI to sort of help keep track of like the details as you're putting things in. So like location details, character backstories, and all that. So when you're trying to write something and you accidentally contradict yourself, the AI will sort of pop in and go, "Whoa, hang on, so and so doesn't have red hair. You clearly stated in the character profile that so and so has sandy blonde hair." So yeah, I think that would actually be a good use of AI, sort of like a writing editor, keeping details consistent. Of the whole Severus Snape casting choice thing, could have been worse. We could have had Ncuti Gatwa as Severus Snape. Yeah. Intricate stories are hard to create and write. That's why good writing is celebrated. It's quote Field of Dreams. If you build it, they'll come. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the tech isn't really perfect, but I mean, it'd be a good start in the right direction. And is what I would ideally use AI for in my writing to help streamline and keep the stories consistent as I outline them. And then as I actually write them out properly, I can add the depth that I need. But at least then I can get the right. I know how to get the tone across. Or if I'm writing fan fiction or something, I'd be like, how would this character say this? I mean, that's something that a lot of people don't really consider. It's like knowing what your character's going to say versus how they would say it. I mean, not everybody will say, hey everyone. Some might go, hey y'all. Or if you're answering a telephone, uh, this is just me personally speaking, but um, I don't answer it like most people. Instead of saying hello, I'm like, yellow. But that's just me. I might incorporate that into my story somewhere. It's like that being how some people will answer the telephone or something. And it's like people will sort of try and keep the dialogue as phonetic as possible or as sterile as possible. And I see a lot on sort of like Twitter, sort of like writing rules that you should never have to follow again. And I'm looking at them going, nah, you kind of want to follow those rules. They're there for a reason. Um, okay. And this is more for written novels, but some people really, really hate that you have. And he said blah blah blah, or going into detail describing the room. That might be important to some scenes. So when you're going to need to describe a room in its entirety. And all. Yeah. People who try to gatekeep writing, saying you've got to do it the correct way, I just think they're bloody idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. And it usually reeks of people who have never written a story in their entire lives. But for me, part of my writing process and why it's taken me so long to actually put anything out is that I need to actually write a timeline of events, basically. Before I put pen to paper. It might irk some people, but that's how I do things. Gen Z woke writers have pushed out the older experienced writers, so now everything it sounds snarky, sarcastic, nihilistic, and confrontational. Zero attention spans, so no proper development. Mm, that's the Gen Z that went to university, in my opinion. But there's the forgotten generation. I sort of brought this up on the Drink of Crazy's channel a while back when he was reading comments live. But there's like a whole generation of you have sci-fi in the future. It's not like Twitter mobs. Yeah. I mean, you have like a whole generation or two who grew up with a very different set of entertainment, and I'm talking sort of like newsgrounds. Well, okay, Tumblr might be a bad example of this, but there are sites like newsgrounds where very weird experimental storytelling was happening. I mean, there's like a whole generation that grew up on Homestuck, and that is a hell of an interesting idea for a story. I mean, I have no idea how you'd even begin to write a story where you've got 5 universes worth of characters to juggle with various alternate versions of them. But then again, I'm not the author of that. But somehow everything will make sense by the time you get to the end. At first, you'll be very confused, but get to the end and, well, you're sort of on the same track. I mean, that is what I would also call sort of like a true multimedia story. And by multimedia, I mean you got still images, you got text logs to read, you've got animation, in the form of GIFs or full-on flash animation. You've got interactive gaming segments. The only thing it doesn't really have it is an ARG, but you do sort of get links to other web pages and sort of like YouTube videos. Which is how it's like I found out about Insane Clown Posse. And no, I'm not joking about that. One of their songs becomes a pivotal plot point. God, I'm scaring people off with Homestuck now, aren't I? I scared people off with Hugo last time, and I'm scaring you all off with Homestuck. Yeah, there's a whole generation or two that grew up with early internet culture. That mainstream just really can't seem to tap into because they have no frame of reference of what these people are like. Now that's just looking like Batman to me. Don't really know what color his eyes are supposed to be. Are they supposed to be more white? In which case I'll add a tiny bit of grey then. There's a bunch of features on Critter that I never use. Let's see. Just pop all these into a group. Okay. Oh, I've got nobody now. Oh no. I was just going to get started on Vipo Destroyer. Oh well. Okay, have I got anyone? Yes, I have. Not really sure about the background, but I'll save it for the time being. Now then. So that was not do. I've got two people now. Don't worry, I won't scare you off with Homestuck again. I've learnt my lesson. Um, uh, okay, so I am not that interesting when I'm deep into drawing and inking. But I don't always have topics to talk about. And there are times when I just want to concentrate on the inking. Let me have a look. Um, And now we've lost everyone. I was betting that somebody comes back and I get a full crowd. Yeah, this might be somebody's weekend ritual at 9 o'clock UK time. Yeah, let's just watch the Welshman randomly ink something. Yep, sat down with a nice cup of tea in the evening. Be like, I'm gonna watch this, or oh, it's boring exam time, but I'd rather watch this. Oh, we got something here. Does YouTube keep crashing by any chance or something? Apparently, I heard that YouTube is crashing. Just let me know if the stream crashed on you or something. See, still one person watching. I got an earworm now. Meatloaf's Seize the Night keeps playing in my head. So I might have to listen to that later before I go to sleep. Seas. Mhm. Uh, Bad for good. If anyone's watching this live or on the replay, tell me, what's your favorite Meatloaf song? Or album, actually? Because I really enjoy Bat Our Hell 3, the Beast is Loose. The monster is loose. And I've lost somebody again. Oh, they're back. Is YouTube actually crashing on you? Or is it crashing on me? Because I have no idea. Or is it so? Um, Make that bit bigger for you. We've got 2 people live. Still got people watching. Nobody really seems to understand how much work that can go into a background. I mean, looking at it from a distance like that, I barely even scratched the surface. I spent how long on this now? Uh, mm, I'm hoping this creates the illusion of a city backdrop. Hoping being the key word here. Everyone has a different penciling style, and everyone's got a different inking style. I'm just hoping that I'm doing a good job at both. Uh, um, that work better? I'll figure that out. I'll probably figure that out tomorrow, actually. Um, no comments so far. Uh, we've lost everyone again. Is it actually worth keeping the stream up any longer? I was going to do that commission today. Probably not. Sorry, I'm being boring. Jeez. I don't always have topics. If you guys don't talk to me, I can't return. I can't engage the chat. If people don't talk. people have definitely checked out, I think. I'm going to call it quits for the time being. Just save that. Sharing my screen. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to go now. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice time and good night. So button. There we go. Yes.